Alright guys, welcome back. Please like, share, and subscribe. Last night, before I went out plowing snow, some information came across my channel, Counterfeit Auto Parts on the Rise. This was from WBTV News Charlotte. 5 days ago it posted. So let me play a little bit of it.
His truck is having trouble starting, but he went to AutoZone, where a friendly AutoZoner tests and charges his battery, all for free.
Yeah.
Careful where you buy them from. Oil filters, airbags, brake pads. These look like name brand auto products, but everything you see here is fake.
The bad guys are taking advantage of that trusted brand to make money.
Everything here seized by investigators at our borders, by people like Andrew Lee. He's a special agent with Homeland Security Investigations. The wheel sitting upright on this table.
Fasten your seatbelt.
So the question that I
asked, is your
asked,
car dealership ripping you off? $1,200 service there.
So the question that I asked, is there any quality control in the parts chains that we're using? I can't call out specific parts houses, but Pep Boys is out of business. And to be honest with you, Pep Boys went through quality issues for many years, although they had a lot of good parts. Now the parts business is gone. We don't use them. AutoZone and Advance, we don't buy from them. It's probably a very small percentage of my part supply that I use from them, and it's usually nothing that I have to really be concerned with a failure rate. My rule of thumb is, if the labor is intensive, we absolutely do not use anything aftermarket. It is OEM. And we'll just give you an example. If an alternator pays an hour or 2 hours, we'll roll the dice with a new aftermarket or a reman if a new aftermarket's not available. And in most cases, I'm just sticking with brand new anything anymore, because I just can't take it anymore. So if it's very labor intensive, we insist on OEM parts, even though it makes the job more expensive. And they do have failure rates in their product lines. It's just less than aftermarket. And if it's a smaller, lower labor time, easier labor time, we're willing to risk and gamble to try and provide the customer with the most affordable options. And I would say there's a percentage of customers who don't care about what the price is. Can you fix it? And they want to be on their way, and they don't have to want to worry about it. And if there's a problem, they want to know that you're going to stand behind it. I feel that there is a large percentage of those customers out there. I don't necessarily feel that that's everyone when they walk through the door at Pep Boys or the dealership or Meineke or Mavis or anyone. I really feel that today it's price, and price doesn't fix your car. Quality, knowledge, and experience does. Can't say it enough. But this video went into OEM parts that are counterfeit. And let me just play a little bit more of it for you. Let me go back, because I screwed up somewhere. Alright, so let's back it up. Stay with me. So they go into airbags and wheels and other stuff. We don't do too many airbags, and if we do, it's typically used. All right, so let's play it. Let's get the sound. Let's go back in here.
And your loved ones safe.
So what they were showing there is an aftermarket wheel to a knockoff wheel.
Or maybe you're trying to keep your older vehicle running. Inevitably, you may need new car parts. But experts say you need to be careful where you buy them from. Oil filters, airbags, brake pads. These look like name brand auto products, but everything you see here is fake.
The bad guys are taking advantage of that trusted brand to make money.
Everything here seized by investigators at our borders, by people like Andrew Lee.
So say this, the counterfeiters, everyone says Chinese or Japanese or Philippine or Mexico, whatever the case may be. they have probably saw a huge drop in people buying online parts because they know that their blems or defects, they don't work. So you can imagine they had this influx of business over the years of people consuming their products, and they're like, I got to buy this product 3 or 4 times just to get something that's good. If not, I got to completely just go to another brand or do something else. So they saw probably that side of the business, and I would say the online side of it, start to go away. If you just say 50% or more, it's a hard number to take. And then now, how do they combat that? Well, then they start cloning OEM parts and name brand parts like Timken and Moog and stuff like that, spark plugs. Now that customer thinks that they're buying quality, right, with the price attached to it, and it's the same garbage just in the box. And for them to come up with, like, my point of this is, are the suppliers that we buy locally from quality checking or setting standards for the inventory? Are you in the shop getting fake parts from your local parts house? I have to say it's got to be. I can't explain all the parts failures. I can't explain it. And I try to give you my experience, and a lot of guys say thank you for bringing light to the auto repair industry. But I can only give you, I'm giving you more negatives than there's positives. And trust me, there used to be a lot of positives in this business. But I can't really speak of too many positive things. I mean, I'm excited when a customer shows up and I can make an exhaust system and save them tons of money. And I know that I made that and I'm using quality parts to take care of them. And I don't see that customer come back for those problems. And every once in a great while, we see brake pad or rotor issue every once in a great while. It's not a high frequency comeback problem. Calipers, absolutely, we see a high failure rate. Ignition parts, absolutely. Aftermarket electronic parts, absolutely. You cannot buy anything aftermarket for an evap system and expect the car to be fixed. And if it's fixed, it's temporarily fixed. Facts. Check all the popular YouTube guys out here that have millions of subscribers and millions of views. Eric O, Ford Boss Me, we'll all back that up. Royal Auto, and including myself. My channel is still growing. Hopefully within the next year or two, I will be at the level those guys are. I think those guys, are still growing, but I think they grew at a phenomenal rate in the last 2 years. And I'm a little behind those guys. So hopefully within the next 2 years, you'll see 100,000 subscribers, if not more, and if not billions of views. I mean, we're 250 million views now. We'll probably have billions of views in a year or two. Snap-on tools. I mean, that just tells me how the industry has demised for the technicians in the bays, especially in my area, that the business has changed so much that the tool trucks don't exist in Cinnaminson right now. And the ones that are hanging on, it's got to be the owners buying tools and keeping them around. Other than that, we have no tool truck support here in Cinnaminson. Shortage of technicians, and technicians won't make the investment that I necessarily made when I came through the ranks. They're finding alternative ways to make the business work for them, even if they stick it out. So let's play some more of this. This is about counterfeit parts. Right here. Customer bought the part. I don't know if they got it from Amazon or online or AutoZone or Advanced. That's their places that they buy these parts from. This is one of my used car dealerships that I do recon work for. They supplied it. It's installed right. It didn't fall out. So that's on them now. They got to pay me twice to do the job. But we didn't buy that part. They supplied it. And that's usually how I work it for my wholesale accounts, is I let them buy a majority of their hard parts to do the work here. And then there's product lines that I'll supply to them that I take care of. And then sometimes they risk stepping outside of what I say, and they got to pay me twice. So let's play some more.
Check this out. I'm going to show you how I afforded this car.
Careful where you buy them from. Oil filters, airbags, brake pads. These look like name brand auto products, but everything you see here is fake.
The bad guys are taking advantage of that trusted brand to make money.
Everything here seized by investigators at our borders, by people like Andrew Lee. He's a special agent with Homeland Security Investigations. The wheel sitting upright on this table is real. The other one is counterfeit. The fake one broke apart in a car crash.
This is a gentleman tried to lift it up.
Yeah.
Right?
It's heavy.
It's heavy. Try to lift this up.
This is light.
But
Lighter.
even though we have a piece broken off, you could tell the difference in weight.
HSI works closely
I could argue
with
that,
U.S.
but
Customs
there is
and
a
Border
difference.
Protection. In the last year, the two agencies have seen an almost 100% increase in the number of counterfeit auto parts seized at the ports. Products like these.
I think of the potential lives that were saved because we were able to have them here and they didn't make their way into a vehicle.
Chris Mobilatini is a director at the border where products are shipped or flown into this country.
The CBP seized more than 839,000 counterfeit auto parts over the last 5 years. That's a retail value of more than $60 million. We're talking about fake spark plugs, keys, even fake emblems that look like they're from the major.
I will tell you, I fell into that hole too with Autel tire monitors. Dude, what junk! What an embarrassment that it was, because a couple of them worked, right? So I think they seed the inventory with some good ones, and then you're like, oh, maybe I got a bad one. Oh, maybe I got a bad one. But then when you start seeing 60 or 80% failure rate in tire monitors, you got to say, something's up here. So then we started buying our tire monitors from a local parts store, which appear to be authentic, although we're still seeing some failure rate in it. But it's like 1 out of 20 is a failure, and I can accept that. I don't want to accept it, but that's just how it is. So let's keep going.
The retailers, someone could make you think you're getting something from a reputable brand.
So how does this affect you? Homeland Security Investigations is aware of at least 3 fatalities and 2 life-altering injuries in a recent 9-month period tied to the distribution of fake auto parts.
Do you believe that there could be more deaths and fatalities out there that we're just not aware of?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yes.
DP Springer is the vice president of an auto parts warehouse distributor that's been around for 40 years in New Orleans.
In this business, a lot of things do come from overseas. That's just the reality. But we have to make sure what's coming over has to be it's going to be legitimate.
He says he does see a lot of people buying online and showing up at his shop asking for help. He's not sure if what they bought is counterfeit or if it's just the wrong part. But there are bad actors out there. In the last 5 years, HSI initiated 100 criminal counterfeit auto parts.
So this sums up kind of what we're experiencing here in probably your own base, unless you're using OEM right from the dealership. And what we usually do here is we'll call a dealership and we'll say, hey, do you have a purge valve and a gas cap? Can you deliver it? They say no. Boom. We drive over and hand pick up our parts. And just like the other day, I had a brake light switch right from the dealership that was crap in the box. Ordered another one from the local parts house in AC Delco and put it in, and I was able to resolve the problem instantly. The other one I couldn't even work with. I've had Hyundai dealership brand new starters fail, last only a few months. Thank God that they warranty it, but I've had reman alternators fail. I've had one customer who supplied us with 3 local parts store, I can't say the parts store's name, 3 alternators for a Ford Explorer 3.5, and all 3 of them were shit in the box. And I said, dude, I'm not doing this again. You've already paid me 3 times to do this. Go to Ford and buy an OEM one. Boom, not one issue with the car. Not one issue. Customer has them back. It's been over a year. So yeah, I'm seeing it in my bays more and more and more, and we don't buy online parts for customers. We don't do it. We buy from our local part suppliers. And I'm going to tell you, I'm wondering if their buyers are foregoing where they're getting from, or are they slipping through the cracks and they're winding up on their shelves. I really don't know that answer. Let me know. Thanks for watching.